page a like, and you can see what shows are coming up in the future. And visit us at 187pi.com, where you can get a look at everything we got going on at the old Paulding County Jail. As we come to the close of our show, I want to thank all of you, our listening friends out there tonight, for taking time out of your busy schedules to listen to our live broadcast. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a great evening and a fantastic weekend. Good night, everyone.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio. Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Good evening. Welcome to Tripping the Void with Seraphine Hurley. Let her take you on a journey somewhere in and around imagination and education, taboos, and everything in between. There's nothing more curious than human culture, and Seraphine is here to help you explore. Enjoy the show.
Hey guys, thank you for sitting in and hanging out, waiting for Tripping the Void here. We did have a couple of technical issues, and I thank Miss Kat Hobson over here for being at the helm and doing everything that she can possibly do and more. So thank you, Kat, and thank you guys for your listenership, because without you, well, there'd be no me. And well, there'd still be me, I just wouldn't be as cool, right? But anyway, today I decided that we're going to talk about guardians, guides, and evil spirits. And just because of a few things that have actually happened in the last little bit. And with saying that, I'm going to introduce to you somebody that's near and dear to me and to most of you as well. If you don't already know or love her, you'll fall in love. It's Laura Lee Podfin, the Angel Rocker. Laura Lee.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Get to hang out with my girls on Friday night. What a better way. I can't think of any better way to spend a Friday night.
And all right.
And talking about the paranormal.
No, it's like our favorite thing.
That's right. I always say I never went looking for the paranormal. It found me, but it seems like I eat, breathe, and sleep it.
Yeah, me too. I think Kat probably is in the same boat there somewhere. Besides all the crazy stuff, with the running of the station and everything else and her own stuff, and then all of our stuff too. So she's got a boat full.
I'll say.
And so with the guardians and the guides and the evil spirits, the thing that kind of gets to me is like people like Laura Lee and myself, where we experience a lot of things personally, and which I know a lot of you also have experiences. But when you're sensitive to things that most of you can't see all of the time, let's just say that some of us see most of the time, like myself. And like I was discussing with my mother's nurse today, who's talking about the things you can't see. And I'm like, I don't think that everybody is ready for everything that you can't see. I just don't.
You know what, Seraphine? That's interesting that you said that, because it seems like I don't know how, but people seem to sense when I'm online. I've only got a few people like you and Kat and our dear friend Clarissa, a few of us that know, like I know you get when you're busy and I'm busy, when we get a chance to talk, we'll chat kind of thing. But
Right.
people sense it. And it seems like lately I'm getting between 5 and 10 messages a night about this. But the fact that you were talking, just what you were mentioning too, about are people ready to see it, because there's been a couple of people we've been talking about, how to access your gifts, and I said you got to be really honest with yourself, because you hear so many people saying, I want to open my third eye, I want clairvoyance, I want to be able to see. But have you really examined how you're going to be feeling if you do see a spirit in front of you, or you see somebody? Yeah, I mean, maybe he has injuries left over from, say, passing too quickly. Maybe they're not aware that they passed. You really got to be honest with yourself. Be careful what you ask for.
Exactly. It's not just that, but the your guides and spirits. And I don't know how many of you are all too familiar with, uh, the John Dee and his findings and writings. And it's incredible. He's one of the people that believe that not only do you have attending angels, but you also have attending demons. Is that wild?
I do know who he is. I haven't read his, there's a couple good books out there. Well, not a couple, there's quite a few.
Oh, yeah.
I did not hear the part about attending demons. That is quite intriguing. We live in a world of duality, though, right? So that
Completely.
almost makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. It does, especially, in the old cartoons where you have like an angel on your shoulder and a devil on the other. You remember those old Tom and Jerry cartoons?
Uh-huh.
With the angel and the demon on your shoulder. It's like, oh no, the angel is trying to tell you whatever, and the demon on your shoulder is like, no, go ahead and do it.
Do it, it'll be fun.
Exactly. You'll only go to jail for 24 hours. It's cool.
Yeah. And then when the doo-doo hits the fan, of course, in the cartoon, that little red guy is never anywhere around. And then you got the angel on was it Tom and Jerry's shoulder? I remember It was even in the Roadrunner and Coyote, just the angel shaking its head saying, I told you so.
Pretty much, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the I told you so's. And there's so many people that get mixed up, and I'm not going to say that we are all 100% right, because that's why we do paranormal investigations, and that's why people write books, and why people do lots of research and all of that other stuff, because I don't believe we all know or masters of anything. Because the sooner we think that we know something, the sooner it gets disproven or blown away in the wind like cotton fluff, It's like you think you got your hand on it and it's gone.
I have to agree with you. I say the more I open this proverbial door, the smaller I feel than one-celled organism. Sorry, my mouth's not working. Because it's just such a vast array of knowledge to have to know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And see, originally my topic, which I'm not going to drop. Actually, I'm keeping it on the back burner, as historical poltergeist activity. That actually has made not only books, movies, but people in the scientific community acknowledging full on that normally are skeptics that poltergeist activity exists. I actually came across something that made me go, wait a minute.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you've heard the story of Laura.
No, I haven't.
And it's actually kind of, I'm just going to nutshell it. We're going to nutshell here for a sec in the trip.
Okay.
So we're tripping the nutshell.
Okay.
We're tripping the angel rocker nutshell.
Okay, I love that. There you go.
So this girl who, she's a young adult-ish, she's not really in her mid-20s, but she's not 18 anymore. I mean, you're a grown woman at that point. And she starts to see these visions. And it's like an awakening of sorts, where some people believe that she was being woken up to some religious experience, and like her pastor and some other people. And then other people thought that she might be becoming possessed. Well, along with these things that she started seeing, other people started seeing things too, like lights, for instance. Like, when you see an average orb, they're just bright and blinky sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just foggy. But these are like blue lights, green lights, white lights that are super big and bright. And other people are seeing them too, especially in her vicinity.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then she had something appear to her that tried to claim that it was her guardian angel.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'm not here to tell you that that's a wrong thing, because I wasn't there, so I couldn't tell you. But things didn't tend to work out for her. Things kind of took a turn for the worse after that person, creature, whatever you want to say, gave her that information that these are angels of protection or protective spirits, and that she was going to see more and more would be revealed. And as this goes and progresses down the line, it becomes almost a borderline possession, where she's seeing things like, let's say that you're taking your animal for a walk and you see the neighborhood Rottweiler, right? And you know the Rottweiler knows you, right?
Right.
But all of a sudden the dog's eyes turn black and its bottom part of its jaw looks like it's been torn off. And it starts to give you this weird gaze and keeps lurking forward, and everything starts to go black as you're walking your animal. And all you're seeing is more dark things.
I gotta be really honest with you. If that was myself, that would be a number one indicator that this is serious. We need some help here.
Right? And so she hurries, of course, and finds her way home. But this was like a tunnel vision kind of thing, where all of a sudden she's only noticing the darkest of dark things that she could possibly even see or imagine, right? And she gets in the house, and there's this bright green light in the living room that the family is watching. And apparently has been watching since she's been outside. And it goes and lights on some piece of furniture, and then it kind of dissipates. And then she goes back into her room like most young adults would, because, I've had kind of a crummy experience right now. And now this creature, person, angel, whatever, appears to her again in a more desiccated looking manner, trying to say that the guardianship is under certain circumstances and that she has to use her power and her will a certain way, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if you were protecting somebody as a spirit, wouldn't that be an unconditional thing? Or go ahead.
I gotta agree with you, and it's so interesting that that you picked this topic. But I know I've been a guest on Seraphine's show once, and I'm so grateful in Tripping the Void. But we used to work quite a bit together on a previous station, and we have the same guide. We always have the same naggy spirit guide we share.
Oh, yeah.
And it's almost like you were reading my mind about this topic again tonight, Sarah, because you know what? I was having this conversation with somebody the other night. She's actually from my city. And we were talking about these kind of things. And I've talked about it with you and various other people before, that I truly believe that if it's something more negative, there shouldn't be any conditions. It should be nothing but pure love and light. The other thing is, love is unconditional. Pure, true love is unconditional.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that the other thing I've always said is, because I've had some mentors say, well, once you learn the difference between positive and negative energy, it really just looks like a 3-year-old wearing a Halloween mask trying to scare you. I call BS on that. Because
that person has clearly not experienced what we've experienced.
Well, no, but I was going to say, too, was the fact that, you know what, these type of entities are older than dirt. They've been around for thousands of years. We are a puny little human to them. You think they can't trick us with their energy? Or, like you said, the green orb in the living room, everybody's watching. Meanwhile, while she's out, look what happens.
She was in danger. And I mean, what happened if that neighborhood dog I mean, it could have been some kind of glamour that could have happened that could have been more mental on her side, but who's to say that she didn't warp into an alternate